So, out of all the American songs that you would least expect to find in an anime, who had Country Roads by John Denver on their bingo card? Anybody?
Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia.
Well, if you did, I hope you enjoyed this review because I'm going to review the 1995 classic Whispers of the Heart. And you know why? Because I don't know jack squat about anime. But I'm gonna learn with all of my friends. Will you be here when my quest ends? Whispers of the Heart is an anime about this 14-year-old girl named Shizuki who wants to be a writer. But so far, the only thing she's done is come up with alternate lyrics to the John Denver song, Country Roads, Take Me Home.
So I wrote another one. Concrete roads everywhere I go, covering West Tokyo, track down forests, buried our valleys, my hometown's down concrete road. Let's sing that.
She's a big reader, she's a good student and everything like that. And she finds out that all the books that she's gotten out of the library, you look at the, they probably don't do this anymore, but you know the card with that where you stamp it, you know, when it's due and stuff like that, and people's names are on it, who took it out. Well, she realized that the same boy took out the same books as she did, like before she did. And she wonders who this guy is. And she finds out that it's this guy that has been teasing her, and she's kind of mad at him. Ooh, you're teasing me. Becomes friends with him later on in the story, but at first she's like annoyed by him because this is a love story. They have to start out with them being at odds with each other for some reason.
You've got my book.
Oh, this is yours, is it? Here you go. Shizuku Tsukishima.
What? How do you know my name?
Gee, take a wild guess.
Oh, the checkout card.
By the way, great lyrics. They're even cornier than the original version.
You read this? Stupid jerk, stupid jerk, stupid jerk. Stupid jerk, stupid jerk, stupid jerk.
And then she meets that boy's grandfather who owns an antique shop, and they become friends. While she's in the older man's antique shop, she sees this statue of a cat, like a cat, a humanoid, like cartoony cat in a suit. This inspires her to write a story, this love story called Whispers of the Heart. And in the middle of all this is a love story with her and this boy. And one thing I've found interesting about anime, even before I started this channel, I mentioned that one of the things I watched was Assassination Classroom, which is a hilarious, weird series that I would highly recommend. One thing I found interesting about Japanese culture that I learned from Assassination Classroom, and that plays heavily in this movie, is the idea that when you're in junior high in Japan, you have to like get good grades and you have to take an admissions test to get into high school. It's just like getting into college here. You don't just go into high school because you live in a town and that's your high school. You have to get good grades to get into a good high school. Apparently have all that pressure earlier in life. And the girl in this movie is 14, so she's a regular high school age for like where an American would be in high school. And she still has all this, she has to take an admissions test. The boy that she likes is taking a gap year after junior high, which is funny, in our culture, oh, I'm sick of this junior high stuff. I'm taking a gap year before I go to high school. Like that. Seems weird to us, but that's something commonplace in this culture. So that plays heavily into the story. She misses this boy, travels abroad during his gap year after junior high. They miss each other, and that's the sweet part of the love story. Romance plays very heavily into this, And this is the first Ghibli movie I've seen where the fantasy elements are not in the story. Like when she starts writing her story, well, you see what she's writing. So she writes a story about this anthropomorphic cat. But the fantasy elements are all her imagination. They're not actually in the story. There's no pilot that turns into a pig, or there's no tree spirits. And
We, my betrothed and I, were born in a far-off land. Back then, magic was still alive in our town, and the streets were lined with shops where the descendants of magicians worked as artisans. The craftsman who made us was a poor apprentice doll maker. But Louise and I were happy, for the man who made us gave us the ability to love. Then, one day,
Jessica.
they inspire each other to pursue their creative dream. This boy that she falls in love with gives her the courage to go beyond writing John Denver parodies. If you like love stories and you like the daytime soapish nature of a lot of love stories, you're not going to have the aversion that some other people would. Romance plays a large part in the story itself. Their relationship, and they miss each other, and it is a bit soap opera-ish for my personal taste. But if you like that kind of thing, what's weird is there's a sequel to this called The Cat Returns. Does that take place in the world of the story this girl came up with, or does the cat show up somewhere else and inspire somebody else? I don't know. But I like the cat. I'd like to see more of the cat. I'll probably review The Cat Returns as well. But good love story, and the main character wanted to be a writer, so I related to her on that front. I started out doing when I was a kid doing fan fiction. I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan. You figured that out already. I started with Ninja Turtles. She started with John Denver parodies, and then did her own thing. And so that was her journey as a writer. So I enjoyed watching that. But it was a little soapish for me. So I'm going to give it four country roads out of 5. And if you will give it 5 out of 5 if you like this kind of thing. I do feel it's well done. Ghibli's always top shelf. Animation is great. You'll enjoy it if you like romance. So thanks for watching this review of Whispers of the Heart. And please feel free to suggest any other anime you'd like me to watch. And again, even if you think it's garbage, suggest it down below, and I'll crack on it if I have to. So thank you for watching. And as always, this channel is sponsored by Turtle Rocket Books, top shelf quirky sci-fi in a literary sci-fi multiverse. Want to see some weird stuff?